Rhode. Center number 20, Mark Luciano. And at right wing, number 9, Mike Fasola. And now for the Owls, in goal, number 1, Hayden Richards. At left defense, number 20, Patrick Hanrahan. Right defense, number 81, Jason Lombardi. Left wing, 7, Dan Lucero. At center, number 11, Joey Powell. And at right wing, number 4, Steve Kennedy. Please rise and remove your caps for the Star Spangled Banner.
So both teams huddle up as they get ready. You right now see in your screen on the left side of the ice, the Owls will be defending that goal in the first and third period. And on the right side of the ice, it'll be URI defending that side for the first and third period. They will swap in the second period, and if we do need overtime, it'll also be similar to that second period. As you can hear, the raucous atmosphere here in Area Health Flyer Skate Zone. The Temple bench is ready to go. URI is getting ready to go. In a few moments, we will have puck drop. And as you heard previously, the Owls, well, they're starting their top guns. It'll be Stephen Kennedy on the left wing, Joey Powell, the best face-off guy for the Owls. He'll be at center. Right wing, Dan Nacero. And then the defensemen, both guys wear letters. Jason Lombardi with the A, Patrick Hanrahan with the C. So
I'm pumped for this one.
It should be a good one. And you know what? Tomorrow it's going to be some bad blood as the two teams square off yet again. But the Owls win the initial faceoff. And punching it forward is Stephen Kennedy. Chasing after is also Joey Powell, his line mate. But getting the puck now was Pasola until it's intercepted yet again by Kennedy, who's going to dump it down deep. Powell along the end boards. He's now along the goal line. Still passes it back to Kennedy. Kennedy to the point to Lombardi. Lombardi trying to rim it around the boards. Hanrahan gives chase. He's going to be the first one to touch up. Braces himself for a hit. Powell with the puck. Reverses back around. Owls generating all of the puck right now, but Watkinson tries to get clear of the puck. Now it's Kennedy to Nacero. Nacero's high-rising shot, getting a piece of it, is the netminder Caleb Neal. So it will stay in URI's end. And that's good 40 straight seconds of the Owls possessing the puck.
That's exactly what you want from your top line. Pressure in the other end, a shot on net. Get your feet set.
So the face-off will come in the left face-off dot as Devlin tries to win it back. He's paired off with Vasilev and Tim Price. And that's quite a demotion for Phil Vasilev, who had some first-line minutes. But he just needs to find his game, and he will. This puck ricochets off the Temple defender. It goes on net toward Hayden Richards anyway. 15 ticks come off the clock. 19:05 remaining in the first period. Still knotted up at 0. So Krulikowski now with the puck. Tries to get it out of the end. Still stays in. That was a good keep there in by the URI defenseman, Matthew De Silva. And so the puck finally comes out into the Temple bench. So the faceoff is going to stay in the Owls' end as well. And that unit, at least defensive unit for the Owls of Krulikowski and Dumbach, will stay out there. Until last second, Rowan Bassetti sees who URA is bringing out, and he says, you know what, I want my top guns. I want Lombardi and Hanrahan. What do you think of that change, Aaron?
That's a good move.
So the Owls...
They must have a game plan for that at some point.
The Owls win another key draw, and we've seen throughout the season, keep in mind this is Rowan Bassetti's first year as the Temple Owls coach, a lot of in-game coaching.
He does like to change things up in-game between periods.
And we didn't see that as early in September and October, but now in December in the season, we're seeing it a ton as Lombardi goes cross-ice, finds Nacero. That was tape-to-tape, beautiful. Kennedy just keeps it going forward. Nacero, the right-handed shot, dekes, and he slipped it in until it finally came out and to the side. I thought that actually went into the back of the net. Now coming back to the point, Lombardi shot misses the cage. URI trying to find a break of their own. It's now Steve Donahue with the puck. He's in all alone at the right faceoff dot. Can't even get the shot off. Stephen Kennedy reverses it on out. Kept into the zone. Deflection out in front. Save there by Richards.
There seems to be some good connections, good chemistry between Powell and Nacero and Kennedy. They look like they've been working on stuff in practice, and they look comfortable playing together.
Kump, who's been converted from a defenseman to a forward, wins the draw. He's with Graham, who's also been pretty good on the draw. Shot on, saved by Neal. Graham gives chase. Thomas out in front. French Kulikowski. Kulikowski can't get all of that one. Kump able to keep it at the blue line. We got a perfect picture of that one right below our perch. We're able to gain the line until it's saved by Richards. He's able to close up those legs. Doesn't go any further. Freezes the puck. 17:37 remaining in the first period.
Back and forth chances so far. Richards looks like he's on his game. Seen a couple shots. Saved all of them.
Face-off won by URI. Comes back to the point. High-rising shot. Doesn't get on net. Thomas tried to clear that out of the way. URI poking it out in front. Doesn't get past Richards, but he was a little out of position. Didn't know exactly where that puck was. Comes back to the point here is URI dumping it down deep. First one to touch up is Ray Buttadui. He is one of the skilled players for this URI team, number 23. Comes back to the point. Shot misses the net. Richards challenging at the top of that blue paint, though. Devin Thomas tries to find Graham, unsuccessful there. So now Kulikowski wants to find his defensive partner, unable to as he turns it over in his own end, but Dumbach curling back with the puck finds Graham. Puck comes out in front yet again, but the Owls clear it out of harm's way. Stephen Kennedy on for yet again another shift, still looking for career point number 150. In what has been so far a penalty-free period, as gaining neutral ice here is Robbie Burer. Shot misses the net. Lombardi on the far board side is going to have a high-rising clear. Nacero gives chase. Giving chase with him is also Josh Watkinson, as trying to rub him out was Nacero, unable to, so now here's Watkinson with the puck. Hanrahan wanted that one to go all the way down for icing. Last second, linesman waves it dead.
I think that's a good call.
16:10 remaining in this first period. Powell has the ability to turn on the Jets, just wants to deke, ultimately passes it on over to Kennedy, who gains the blue line and turns it over. But Powell stays with it. Powell's shot misses the net. It's behind the cage. Lombardi trying to find a man out in front. Kennedy first one to touch up. The right-handed forward gets it back to the point to Hanrahan. Hanrahan's high-rising shot hits a protective awning. And there's a whistle. 15:51 to go in the first period. Still scoreless.
So far, back and forth still. Not too many more chances since that opening 40 seconds for Temple, but they're working the puck into the zone.
And even though the shots say 2 apiece, I think the Owls have completely dictated play. Something we're not used to. They typically don't come out fast.
No.
They like to end fast, but not start off fast. But it's been quite some time since they've played. As the puck goes all the way down, they're going to wave off icing last second. Temple Owl fans are not too pleased with that call. That's now twice a call hasn't gone their way. Vasilev with the puck, trying to find Devlin. Devlin just couldn't control that one, so he has to dump it down deep. Coming out of his cage right now is Neal. Gives it over to Ackermark, and number 3 Ackermark is from Stockholm, Sweden, playing college hockey for URI at the ECHA level. But the puck is turned over in neutral ice. Steve Donahue is going to dump it down deep. Coming out is Hayden Richards. Kulikowski first one to touch up. 15:10 remaining in this first period. Kept in the blue line are the Rams. Shot doesn't get on net. There's a broken stick as
looks
you can
like
see on your
Devlin's.
screen, and it's Devlin. That's why he doesn't have a stick. He's going to kick it out Looking for Price. Price's first clear doesn't get out. Neither does his
dangerous.
second. So Donahue with the shot. Misses the net. Good defensive play
By Lombardi.
by Krulikowski.
Krulikowski, excuse me.
Dumbach trying to reverse it around. Just wants to get it out. Unsuccessful there. Yet again, as it was kept in by De Silva. De Silva, that's already his third time keeping the puck in the blue line on the shift. Finally, the puck comes outside the blue paint. Good for the Owls.
Will not go for icing either. That's nice.
That is ideal for the Temple Owls. He's giving chases Eric Graham. Couldn't get a stick on that one. Comes back out into neutral ice. The Long Island native. Nick Bukes gets upended there.
Took too long to make a decision with his pass, but...
And the puck came right back to him as De Silva now curling back in his own end. Just wants to buy some time. Wait for his players to make some plays. Giving chase there was Graham. He just wants to turn over that puck as fast as he could. Using the stanchions as his support was De Silva, but then it's turned over in neutral ice. Thomas with the shot, hits a man out in front. A bad save there. What a save by Neal. One of the better saves we've seen all season long. High rising shot yet again. Hits a protective awning. A lot of deflections out in front, but 13:50 remaining in the first period, still scoreless.
That's a nice play by Neal, the URI goaltender. Slide over and get a toe on it.
And he's not that big of a goalie.
No, he's an average-sized goalie.
He
looks
bigger
nice.
than Hayden Richards.
Well.
He's listed at 5'10", the Augusta, Georgia native.
I like those pads.
He was able to make a flipper save there. As Justin McKenney's going to be tossed out for an illegal draw. It took him an extra time. And then the linesman dropped it a little early. That was not a fun sequence for the Temple Owls players, as this is right now their fourth line for the Temple Owls. You can call it a grinder line, as Van Allen gets the puck out into neutral ice. Wilkinson hits a top stanchion there. Took an extra second to get a whistle. But now it's going to come out into neutral ice. Good play there for the Owls. 13:32 remaining. And what do you think of the pace so far, Aaron?
It seems a little slow, a little lethargic. But, you know, like you said, Temple hasn't played in a while. It'll pick up. I'm not too worried about this one.
Either.
We know how Temple can play, that Temple tough mentality. I'm sure we'll see something happen. It'll trigger. And we'll get ourselves a nice Friday night game here.
And we don't normally have Friday night games, but we're happy that you've tuned in tonight as Jason Lombardi's reversing it around, trying to find Betzger, getting a rare start here as Alex Kempinski is sidelined with an injury. Trying to look for an outlet pass here, beautiful, but with the even better defensive play was Hanrahan rubbing him out. So Betzger now picks up the puck.
Oh, nice
with
play,
a
nice
little
move.
looking for Van Allen. Couldn't quite go tape to tape as McKenney just wanted to get that puck loose, so he hit Watkinson in his hands, but doesn't turn over the puck. Centering attempt. What a good defensive play there by Dumbach, saving a goal.
Absolutely. Dumbach using the body. It's exactly what you got to do.
Got a stick in the lane as well. Now Krulikowski seeing a lot of defensemen pinch up early in this game.
Yeah. I think we've seen that a couple of times recently where the D-men will like to take the puck and drive the zone. We got an offsides call.
Just by a stride there, Evan Rankin was offside. The 6-foot freshman from Chicago, Illinois, was a stride too eager there. Could have had an odd man rush. Good call by the linesman. 12:19 remaining, and unofficially, Owls lead in the shot department 4-3. As they're tossing Joey Powell out of this draw. So Kennedy has to take it, and he's able to punch it forward. He can just do it all, Stephen Kennedy.
Doesn't matter where you put him. I wonder what he'd be like in pads.
As finally the puck is drawn free here. Referee was looking at the play as it's now a delayed offside, so Dumbach has some time and space, is able to gain the red line and some more. Goes untouched into the blue paint area, but then it's turned over and picked up by Matt Kowach.
Again, we see another D-man carry the puck into the zone, but I like that the centerman for the Owls front line, he's cycling backwards, playing D-man when his D-man moves up.
So Kennedy still in search of point number 150. Finds Nacero. Nacero wanted to dump it down deep, unsuccessful there. So in neutral ice, getting upended is number 22, Nunzio Moretti. And it's going to be the first power play is going to be awarded to URI. So what do you think of this penalty kill as of late for this Temple Owls team?
Well, this season they've been 69%, which isn't
not
it's
so
not
great.
It's not great. It's not what you'd like to see. They have given up a lot in recent games. The last 5, you can see they've been only about 39%, 7 for the last 18. So what they really got to do here is just get in the lanes, not try to do anything too fancy, keep sticks, active sticks, and get the puck out at all costs.
So the puck comes back to the point now at the left faceoff dot. Now back to the point yet again. Ton of movement on this URI power play. They know that this is a PK of the Owls. It's vulnerable. Point shot doesn't get through. It hit a URI ram out in front. So Devlin is going to have some time to eat up some clock and is going to dump it down deep.
Good veteran move.
And keep in mind, Jason Lombardi is in the box. One of the better Owls penalty killers. He would definitely be on that PK defensive blue line. But he's sitting for another 120. At least the Owls hope it's the duration of another 120. Reversing around are the Rams. Comes back to the point. Now at that right faceoff dot, comes back straightaway shot, misses the net. 10:35 remaining in this first period. 1:05 remaining to the power play. High rising shot goes way out of play. And even Karam back in for a quick second. 10:28 remaining in the first period. What do you think of the PK so far for the Owls?
So far, they're getting their sticks in the lane. They're making it very difficult for Hayden Richards to get any shots on, which is good. But you got to clear people out in front, especially when you have a goalie who's relatively smaller. It's a little bit more difficult for him to see around a lot of bodies.
Big clear there by Joey Powell, the second-year man for the Temple Owls. As trying to bring it up fast, realizing they don't have a ton of time left, is De Silva trying to find Matson. Matson, the defenseman, pinching down deep. He's along the goal line. Wanted a centering attempt. And Powell has a ton of time, as Stephen Kennedy was telling him, time, warning him that he can dump the puck down deep. And now Kennedy's directing traffic here. He told Joey Powell to stay on this high forecheck. So again, Stephen Kennedy, he can even coach at this point. As URI is able to gain the line.
You like to see that, though, from your big players, directing traffic. That's what a captain or...
Took an extra second for a whistle there. Looked like it was under the paraphernalia for quite some time, as it was a redirection out in front. 9:39 remaining in this first period.
But yeah, you know, Steve Kennedy's been with the team a long time, and I'm sure in his last couple games, you know, he wants to do everything possible to win. He wants to play his best. He wants to leave a lasting memory, and something that other players will recognize is him giving directions and telling him what to do, and because he knows what he's doing. He's got real good hockey IQ.
And he's a special player, as there's another illegal face-off here. So Powell got thrown out. Now Kennedy gets thrown out. Back to Powell. And they can't have Powell take it because he was already thrown out, so Dumbach has to take it. He's not able to win it, so Matson has the puck. Gives on over to Silva. Back to Matson. Matson tees up a howitzer that doesn't get through. 2 seconds remaining on the Lombardi penalty, and the Owls are able to kill it off. Already 1 for 1 on the penalty kill shot. Doesn't get on net. 9:21 remaining in this relatively uneventful first period.
Well, good start to the PK. They got bodies in front of shots. Nothing to the net. Good start.
Puck kept in there by yet again De Silva. So now here's De Silva, the right-handed shot. Just wanted to pass it, opposed to take the shot, fake the shot. Picked up now by Powell until the puck comes back out into neutral ice. Wholesale line change here by the Temple Owls.
That'll be.
They're going to deem that it was touched up there by Steve Donahue, so no icing.
I guess that's why I'm not reffing tonight.
Graham loses it at his skates, so now picked up here by Ian Turner. Ian Turner has some wheels. Backhand doesn't get on net. 8:35 remaining in the first period. Turner back with the puck again. Graham was looking for Thomas there. And it's a lot of back and forth. Neither team can own possession for a ton of time. As Graham gets his pocket picked momentarily, Thomas picks up the puck. Just wants to get the shot down deep, so now Graham's going to be the first one to touch up at the right faceoff dot until he turns it over. Turner with the puck. A big check there by Kumpf. The URI bench wanted a penalty there against Kumpf. No call there. Kumpf all over the ice, able to backhand it over to Thomas. Thomas can't retrieve that one. And then he gets upended. And now the Owls are going to go to the power play here. 7:55 remaining in the first period.
Yeah, a little extra there. That'll send the URI player to the box. No questions asked.
And this is a slightly better Owls power play than people know. How has it been as of late?
Lately, not so great. You see 15%. They are 3 for their last 20 in the last 5 games. And overall, only about 26.5 for the season.
That's better than 1 for 4 still, so most teams will take that.
Absolutely.
As Powell is able to win it cleanly, finds Kennedy. Kennedy back to Hannerhan. Hannerhan shot, looking for the deflection out in front by Powell. Powell kicks it forward.
But this is the department they really need to get something going. You know, special teams can win or lose games, and you see,
looking for that cross-ice feed.
You see with teams like the Pittsburgh Penguins and all these teams who have monster power plays, and it's the reason they're so dominant.
As the puck is pinballed out in front, Krulikowski has to take his seat afterwards, and he has a shot afterwards to number 26, Chris Porter, the senior from Middletown, New Jersey.
Hey, Jersey boy. But I'm okay with all that in front of the net there. Just protecting the goalie.
So that same unit stays out for both teams. Powell wanted to punch it forward. Krulikowski is going to be currently a forward on this power play because they like a big body out in front. So Lombardi and Hannerhan are your defensemen. Powell, Kennedy, and Krulikowski, the forwards, just to get some big bodies on the ice on this power play. Hannerhan keeps it in. Back to Powell.
Beautiful look.
And a good job of getting his body out in front. Selling his body was Ray Boditti. Cross-ice feed here. Powell gains the blue line, looking for an option. Stays with the puck. Kennedy just swooping on in.
Nice.
Hannerhan. Hannerhan's shot doesn't get through, but he saw a seam.
Owls having a hard time also finding the net. A lot of bodies in front.
So the power play second unit is coming out now as it's Thomas, Dumbach, who just touched the puck, Graham, and Nacero, and Hannerhan's going to go off and be replaced by Fuchs. So that's your different 5 unit. The second power play is Graham has the puck right now along the goal line. Right wing side to Thomas, straight away Dumbach. Dumbach wanted to get it on over to Fuchs. Wasn't successful here. It's a 2-on-1 break here as it's right now Moretti. Moretti's shot misses the net. 20 seconds remaining to the Owls power play, and De Silva's just content eating up more clock, getting the puck down deep. So Dumbach with the puck, 6:05 remaining in the first period. Fuchs looking for Nacero, and Graham now turns it over, so it looks like both teams, as there's only 5 seconds remaining, are going to start 0 for 1 on the power play, but there's another penalty, and I think it's going against URI for a trip.
Yeah, you know, I saw it coming across the middle of the ice. The back line referee saw something a little more vicious than I did.
I thought it was a weak call as well.
But, you know, he's the referee. He makes the calls.
So it actually is going to go against Devin Thomas. So officially the Owls 0 for 1 on the power play. URI looking to go 1 for 2. As taking the draw there was Mark Luciano. He was able to win it. And it's Billy Diamore. He's been one of the more talented defensemen, number 28, even though he's a freshman. He is a skilled player for this URI team.
One thing Temple doesn't want to do is turn this into a special teams game. They want to stay out of the box as much as possible. I know easier said than done, but
as long as they're not taking stupid penalties, that's more so the issue. But URI with the puck, 1:33 remaining to their power play. It's Luciano as Hannerhan tries to rub him out. Along the goal line now, swooping back out to that left faceoff dot, and then the puck comes out of the Owls' end, so touching up was Luciano last second, and a cross-ice feed wasn't successful. That was Evan Rankin. Comes back to the point to Diamore. Shot, a whiff there. 5:03 remaining in the first period. Shot again, missed by Rankin there. So Price getting some PK time, can't get the puck out. And you can hear some groaning from the Temple bench, but finally, who gets it out? It's Stephen Kennedy, number 4. Waiting for this play to develop below our perch. Powell gives chase here. Getting the puck free is Bastian, number 10, and he dips the shoulder there, gets it back to the right point. Being up a shot to Silva. The Silva shot, blocker save there. You can hear that one all the way from here. And they're going to say it's a hand pass against URI.
and outside the zone. So that's big. That's a big call for Temple. The Rhode Island bench complaining a little bit, understandably.
So far, I think each team's had maybe one or two calls not go their way, but it's been relatively even both ways.
Absolutely.
Bastian wasn't able to win that draw, so a big clear here by Krulikowski, just trying to eat up more clock. 25 seconds remaining to the second power play for URI. As it's Matson trying to gain some speed through neutral ice, is able to.
Nice breakout for Rhode Island.
Now comes back to that right point where De Silva is. De Silva has time as the Owls are going to give him that space. Matson tries to get a shot off. Deflection out in front. Save there by Richards, and he covers up with 1 second left. So the Owls are going to start 2 for 2 on that penalty kill.
That's a good cover there. You can tell the Rhode Island game plan is having 2 people in front of the net, creating beautiful screens in front of Richards. He's not able to see those pucks, therefore easier to go in. But Temple's got to clear some of those players out of the way for Richards.
And officially, it's back to even strength as Graham gives on over to Thomas. Thomas trying to gain the red line and some more. He's able to, and he's going to stay with the puck as the puck comes back to the far board side. Kumpf tried to keep it in, wasn't able to, so it's Bastian who's going to dump it down deep. Covering up is Richard, just going to play that puck conservatively. And before we talked a ton about the Owls head coach Rowan Bassetti in his first year, can you believe this? The head coach of URI, Joe Augustine, in his 27th season as head coach with URI. So
you gotta love this game to do that for that long.
And you know what? So far, what we've seen through his first period, he coaches a disciplined, strong, smart hockey team.
Absolutely. They all look like they know what they're supposed to be doing. They're all in the right place. It's early, but so far, no funny business.
And I think a huge reason for that is if you're a college player and you look at a coach who's been here 27 years, you're going to listen to him. He knows what he's talking about. He's seen every scenario. He knows how to defend certain guys. He knows how to generate certain opportunities. And that's why he's been sticking with it so long, because losing isn't fun. So there's been a ton of winning for Joe Augustine.
Yeah, you can't keep doing it for 27 years losing.
Puck stayed in by Krulikowski, wants to get the shot through, wasn't able to as it hit a URI defender out in front. Kennedy is able to get a piece of that. Just miraculous that he was able to keep it in the zone momentarily until his pocket is picked. Now, Kennedy trying to tee up that shot, still looking for point number 150. You just feel he's going to get it relatively soon. Whether it's this period, who knows? But likely in this game, he will be getting point number 150. As gaining the red line were the Rams. 2:44 remaining in the first period. As right now the Rams lead in the shot department 8-6. Krulikowski behind the goal line, able to retrieve that shot that missed the net. Now Dumbach finds Kennedy. Kennedy going to slowly gain that red line and some more. Backhands it, looking for Nacero, but it was picked off by Ackermark. Luciano was just a stride offside. So 2:15 remaining in the first period, still scoreless. As Devlin was able to win the draw, and now Luciano is able to pick up the puck.
Turnover.
Turnover here as now it's out in front. Luciano couldn't get the shot on net. 2 minutes remaining in this first period. Again, a relatively uneventful first period as Devlin is giving chase. Luciano has been swarming all over the puck. And now it's Berardini trying to look for a man out in front. Comes back to that point. Diamore's shot doesn't get through. Luciano trying to get that rebound. And finally, it's Litistansky getting it on forward to Vasilev. Vasilev gets upended there.
Tattooed against the boards.
1:23 remaining in the first period. Hannerhan's doubling back. And I think Price got tripped up there. No call. He's not too pleased with the no call there. making the save there is Richards. 1:07 to go in this scoreless first period. Comes the first one to the puck, but URI does a great job of keeping it in. DeSilva's shot misses the net. 57 seconds remaining in the first period. It was Matson, number 32, keeping the puck in. 52 remaining in this first period. And again, URI able to keep it in the end. Owls struggling to get it out of their zone. It's been a theme all season long as Thomas tries to sky it out. That'll get it back out into neutral ice with 38 seconds remaining. As Hannerhan lays what might be the biggest check of the season on Matt Kowash. Wow.
He lined him up. He saw that one coming, that's for sure.
A thundering boom by Patrick Hannerhan, who hasn't given up on the play. Matson gets the puck to DeSilva. It's going to be the third.
We've got a delayed penalty call, I believe.
Yep. And it's certainly not going to go against Hannerhan. Or is it? As Hannerhan's going to sit, they're going to say interference. I don't think it was on that call. I think it was later on.
I hope it wasn't on that call.
Because that was a clean,
gotta let the boys play a little
check.
bit.
But nonetheless, 15.6 remaining. It's the third power play for URI. As the Owls hope that there's a little bit of carryover time on this power play to start the second period. But teeing up a shot here and getting the rebound as URI scores with 9.3 seconds remaining. Mike Pisola, the sophomore from Rhode Island, gets the goal. That's his his seventh on the season, his 14th point of the season as well, as he's able to pick up that garbage. Puts URI up 1-0.
Not much you can do there if you're Hayden Richards. Rebound popped out right to him. Literally a slam dunk.
So 1 for 3 on the power play is URI, and again, that Hannerhan penalty, we might have missed it, but if it was on that big thundering check, that was a bad call, as Hannerhan's going to sky it down deep, and that's going to take care of the first period as URI gets a late goal inside the final 10 seconds as the URI Rams are on top 1-0. So that's going to do it for our first period. When we come back, it'll be intermission analysts Patrick Johnstone with you.
Yep. All right, we're back in here for the first intermission report. Owls down 1-0 to Rhode Island. We've got Patrick Johnstone in here. Patrick, how you been?
Pretty good. How have you been?
It's been a while.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Hiatus.
But we're back and same old intermission report as everybody loves.
Yeah.
All right, Pat, what do you got? What do you see?
Well, it was going well until Enran got that late penalty, and they obviously scored off that. But other than that, it was a pretty good first period. They were both skating well, both teams, and just some pretty good defense going on right now. Some pretty big hits as well.
Yes, the hitting game has been pretty solid. Pat Hanrahan with the big hit late at the end. Not sure if that was what caused the penalty, but cost them though. Did cost them a power play goal. What do you think moving forward? What do they need to do next period besides stay out of the box maybe?
Definitely stay out of the box, and I think generate more shots. They're being outshot 12-6 right now, and again, they do a lot better when they're generating more shots.
Yeah, of course. You know, something I see is they're not really going tape to tape a lot. They're having a hard time, you know, catching passes, which, hey, you can't control the puck if you can't catch the pass, but, well, we'll see what happens in the second period. The Zambotti making his way around, almost finished resurfacing the ice. And we'll bring Pat back in for the second intermission report. Thanks for joining us, and we'll go back to the game now. And me and Michael will be back in just a little bit.
And we're back for second period action between your Temple Owls and the URI Rams. And as we had mentioned, with 9 seconds remaining in that first period, it was none other than Mike Pisola, the sophomore from Rhode Island, who got the power play goal. We weren't entirely sure what the interference call was against Patrick Hanrahan.
If it was on that big hit, I think it was a questionable call, but it cost them. You know, that's a turning point of the first period, and you know, they got outshot a little bit, 12-6 unofficially on the scoreboard, but definitely need to come out a little stronger this period. They're still in this 1-goal game. You know, defense did hold its own on the first.
So we are getting ready for the period of the long change, and we mention it every game, but the Owls really struggle with it. The third period is typically their best period, but giving chase here is Kennedy. He wants to get a quick goal, and if you are just joining us now, he's in search of his career point number 150. This is his second to last game as a Temple Owl, as he will be graduating, so congratulations to Stephen Kennedy getting that degree.
Woo.
Dan Nacero is able to find Kennedy. Kennedy gains the red line. He's going to dump it down deep. Powell gives chase here against Ackermark from Sweden. Trying to tip it out in front was Kennedy. Puck comes out of the zone. First one to touch up will be the Owls captain, Patrick Hanrahan. 19:14 remaining in the first period. Kennedy was looking for Krulikowski. His puck is picked up by the Rams right there. Number 23, Bonadetti, reverses it around. Hanrahan can't control that one, so Kennedy has to now backhand a pass for Hanrahan, and Hanrahan's pass doesn't go tape-to-tape to Nacero, but Nacero is able to pick Matson's pocket. Now it's Hanrahan with the puck. He's at the right face. It's not looking for a centering attempt to Kennedy. Well, unsuccessful there. Puck comes back to the high slot. Kulikowski's shot. Kennedy trying to poke it out in front, but it's covered up by the goaltender, Caleb Neal. 18:46 remaining in the second period.
Very nice. Very nice movement. Hanrahan taking the puck in the zone, trying to do his own little thing there. Good look to the center. Found somebody. Good shot on net. Couldn't create anything. Nice job by Neal to cover up for no rebounds.
He has been impressive so far. As that puck handcuffs him. The shot from the point by Krulikowski. There was the save by Neal, but then it squirmed out in front. But URI was able to get the puck free. As the puck came below our perch, finally brought back toward Hayden Richards, who's going to conservatively just freeze the puck. 18:31 remaining in the second period. Faceoff is going to come to the right of the netminder, Hayden Richards. Devlin chokes up on that stick one to win the faceoff. Wasn't able to. Deflection doesn't get through. But you see that a ton at this level, at the ECHA level. Point shots, they look for deflections out in front because it's very hard for these goalies to track it down.
I mean, that's a game plan in the NHL too. You know, shots from the point, screens in front.
A lot harder shots.
Yeah, of course. But as we've seen the game develop over the years, that tends to be a very high percentage move. You know, goalie can't stop what he can't see, and you know, puck's bound to hit something. It's small.
As there's a save there by Richards. It was a high shot. Able to get a shoulder on it is Richards. And that shot was taken by Matt Kowash. And have to watch out for number 16, Matt Kowash. She got laid out in the first period by Patrick Hanrahan. So who knows, he may be seeking revenge, even though Matt Kowash is listed at 5'8", 164. Wouldn't be a battle he'd win against Patrick Hanrahan. Deflection doesn't hit the net. You see that all the time, yet again. Losing a stick there is Pump. As Graham now is going to be able to backhand it out into neutralize. Pump still without a stick, but there's going to be a penalty against URI here, so the
probably a hold.
Owls to their second power play.
Oh, interference. Either way, he's going to the box. And we got an Owl power play here.
And the Owls weren't able to convert on their first one. And power plays in that second period are huge because, as we've mentioned, when it's the period of long change, you really have to get it all the way out of your zone to make that line change, or just hope for a whistle to get in that line change. So it's going to be a big test for URI, as they've already scored one in the power play. Owls looking to fight right back, get one of their own. but they're not able to control that puck until Hanrahan is creeping along the near board side. Finds Powell behind the net. The right-handed second-year man for the Owls reverses back looking for Kulikowski. Kulikowski is trying to free that puck. Skied out. Lombardi gloves it down. It's kept in here. Powell stays with it. He gets rubbed out. Now puck comes to the slot area, and it's a perfect feed here to Badetti. He's going to dump it off for Luciano. Luciano can't get the puck through as the stick in the lane was Kulikowski, so Lombardi's going to try and move up ice quickly. 1:15 remaining to the power play. He gets checked pretty hard, and that's Billy Diamore.
That's a nice play as he's coming into the zone. Knock him out. Knock him out of the play.
And that is the junior assistant captain, Diamore. As Hanrahan picks up the puck looking for Powell. This is still the Owls' first power play unit, as Kennedy just wanted to retrieve that to punch it forward, unable to.
They're really struggling just to make passes to each other tonight.
And short-handed goal, backhand short-handed goal, none other than number 16, Matt Kowash. So I think that's how he'll get his revenge, as that was a high-rising shot. Bar and in.
Doesn't get much prettier than that. Bar down on a backhanded shot. Hayden Richards is going to be seeing that one in his nightmares for a long time.
As it was a beautiful shot. His defense didn't help him out too much, and that goal just sucked the life out of this raucous crowd here at Area Health Flyer Skate Zone.
And again, trouble. If there's an equivalent like football, they say you got butterfingers and you can't catch a pass. I think someone put some butter on some of these sticks tonight because they are having a hard time catching passes from each other. And that's how you can't keep control of the puck if you can't keep the puck on your stick, you know?
So a different unit out here for the Owls. Nacero, Thomas, McKenney, Fuchs, and Dumbuck at the point. They're working it along the goal line. Thomas just wanted to stuff it in. Short side, wasn't able to, so it comes all the way back into the Owls' end.
And might
effectively do it for the Owls' second power play as they're about to go 0 for 2. Keep in mind, URI 1 for 3.
There again, loses the puck.
So back to even strength here. Thomas gets the puck free. Nacero trying to get it out of the zone, wasn't able to. So first one to touch up here is Steve Donahue.
And if you see that happening, if you're URI, if you see it happening all night, you attack the puck. If you don't think that Temple's going to be able to hold the puck on their stick, pressure them, force them to make a move, you're going to create some turnovers, and turnovers lead to scoring chances.
And again, early in the first period, it was all Owls. The first 40 seconds, they owned possession of the puck for the entirety of that shift. And then even the rest of the period looked pretty good. All it took was a quick goal on the power play, a rebound goal that put URI up 1-0, and then a shorthanded goal there. And that's how we have URI up 2-0 with 15-12 remaining in the second period, as it is Donahue trying to backhand it out. Lombardi keeps the zone until URI gets the puck free, and yet again being taken out is Lombardi. But it's going to be called against Lombardi as Donahue gets a shot off, save here by Temple, and
little extra
pushing and shoving afterwards.
There will definitely be one to Temple here. Let's see if there's a little extra after the play.
As Hanrahan's having a couple extra words here for number 26, and that being Chris Porter.
Does not.
I don't think Hanrahan's going to be sitting, but Lombardi will likely get 2, and I think that'll be all. And the refs will likely just tell both teams, you got to cut it out. So I just think it's going to be 2 to Lombardi for tripping. It's already his second minor of the game, 14:53 remaining in the second period. And when one of your better defensemen isn't on the ice, that smells trouble. Hanrahan is able to hit the puck off the stanchions, comes all the way into the URI end. Neal's going to touch up, just slow it down. As giving chase here is Nacero. He is a little bit of a pest. He loves to get in on that forecheck. Sometimes it burns him.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. He's got to make sure he gets back here. Can't go down 3-0.
As the puck comes out in front, Luciano trying to stuff it in. Another shot and a save by Richards. Stuff attempt afterwards.
Nice play by Richards. Keep his eye on the puck. Body in front of the puck as well. And to swallow up the save.
And he's been impressive. For as small as he is, he takes up a ton of that net.
He is very agile. He moves very quickly.
Well, the first goal he allowed against, it was because he was so short that he couldn't slide post to post as fast as another goalie would be able to. But then he makes up for it with his athleticism there. As Hanrahan gets tied up there. No call from the referee, as Hanrahan is beside himself, rightfully so on that one. And he takes a cross-checking penalty. They're going to call that one. So they detected that one. And shot on. Deemed that the Owls didn't have possession of it. And it's finally whistled dead. So a 5-on-3 power play for URI for a minute 13. Hanrahan's got to watch that lip service. Otherwise, it might be more than just 2.
And that's big because that's their 2 best D-men in the box on a 5-on-3. He's not happy.
So
he's going to go for cross-checking or interference, either one.
They're calling it cross-checking. That's about as easy a call as you can make.
Yeah.
But I think that's a frustration penalty. It's rare that a captain takes that one. And let's see if URI is able to convert. This could be key here. Could put the game away. This is a skilled team. Straight away faking the shot was D'Amore. D'Amore now tees it up. Shot actually saved there by Richards.
Beautiful.
He was sprawled out. Wouldn't have been able to make a second save. But now it's Rankin. Back to D'Amore. Now it's Buridetti. Buridetti shot hits the bar, but doesn't go in. D'Amore straight away now at the left face-off dot. Shot on by Rankin, and it hits the protective awning. That puck should come out of the zone. They're going to deem that it stays in. The Owls end.
URI moving the puck around very nicely, very quickly.
An awesome move by Aaron Lidostansky there. He just high-fived his goalie, Hayden Richards, saying, hey, I know you just saved our bacon right there. It could have been a 3-0 game, and we still would have been shorthanded. 43 seconds remaining to the 5-on-3, a minute 30 remaining to the Hanrahan second penalty if the Owls are able to kill off those first 43 seconds of Lombardi's minor. Taking a couple extra seconds here for the referee, but they do take care of it. And again, another illegal face-off for the Owls as it's won cleanly here by the URI Rams. As Rhode Island is dictating the entire pace of play in the second period. Nacero gets the centering attempt.
Good
it was
clear.
almost as if it was a pass in the slot to Nacero, but it's a good clear there.
Lidostansky makes a quick change for Krulikowski.
And Krulikowski is right now the next best defenseman after you consider Hanrahan and Lombardi. It's Krulikowski, so he's no surprise going to eat up a couple more minutes here as gaining the line easily. But the puck comes out in front. Shot on save. The rebound is still there. 5 seconds remaining to the Lombardi minor as they're not able to get the shot off in time. So save there. It's a 5-on-4. Saving the puck was Richards, but then it just poked it home, and Richards is not pleased. So that'll be a penalty, or the penalty was cleared originally by Lombardi, but then Hanrahan's minor. That's a power play goal against. So 12:49 remaining. That puck was put in by Ray Buttadui.
That one hurts a little bit.
And that's his team leading 16th on the season. And right now on the board, they still have Hanrahan's minor, but you can see 5 skaters out for the Owls, so it is back to even strength. And they finally take it off. Right now, the shots in favor of URI, 23-8. Right now, that's telling you the story why URI is on top 3-0. 2 power play goals and even a shorthanded goal.
And this is a story we've read before. Temple being outshot by a great deal and being down by a nice deal.
The big thing here for the Owls is they have another game tomorrow against URI, so that's a better way to get revenge. Rather than being sore losers and taking big penalties, they can get their revenge tomorrow if they want to win and just end this 2-game series off right. As the puck doesn't come out of the end, Hanrahan's shot doesn't get through. It hits a man out in front. It wouldn't have gone all the way to Caleb Neal anyway, so backhanding it out is Lombardi.
This game's not quite over yet. You know, we've still got more than a half a game left to play. We've seen crazier things happen. We've seen Temple come back.
They have, and we've seen it against some good opponents too, where they look like they're way out of it.
Something just lights a fire underneath them, and they turn it up, and they look like they look like they could beat any team in the world sometimes. And
as of right now, that's not the case, but 12:09 remaining in the second period, over 32 minutes remaining of regulation as Kulikowski has the puck. That's an easy save there by Neal. Pushing forward is Temple, as I think they just want URI to take now a penalty against Price. Makes contact with the goalie there. You know they're trying to get in the head of URI because they're down 3-0. Just one power play can change this game. As Devlin set to take the draw, wins it cleanly. That's 2 for 2 in the offensive end, and those are some big faceoffs as Devlin has the puck right now. Surveying his options, turns over the puck.
URI's doing a nice job of keeping Temple out of those high percentage zones in the offense, making it very difficult to get anything on net, regardless of a good opportunity or not.
Kyle McKenna shot the puck out, and it went into the URI bench, so the puck is going to be dropped at center ice. 11:43 remaining, but something to be said is the shot differential after the third goal for URI was 23-8. The last 3 shots have been awarded to Temple, so maybe they've got something going, and no better way to get it going than getting that top line out there. Nacero, Powell, and Kennedy are the forwards. As Kennedy takes a slash there, not going to be called against him, as he just wants to get in the head of Jackson Dennis, number 6. Shot misses the net. Kennedy giving chase here. Dennis was more content staying on Kennedy, so he didn't go after the puck. Nacero lays out his man. So a lot of back and forth right now as the puck doesn't go down for icing. So Dumbach giving chase here for the Owls. Kennedy in on the forecheck. Eluding him is the speedy number 7, Josh Watkinson, who's going to go off for a change. As Powell wants to get an outlet pass to Kennedy. Kennedy more or less in alone on a breakaway. Shoots, and a save there by Neal. Still in search of point number 150 in his Temple career. Good save there by Neal. He came out to the blue paint.
There's that period of the long change. That's where that affects. Rhode Island made a change with their D-men, and Kennedy found himself wide open, but couldn't connect.
And Kennedy's going to go off for a line change now, so still going to have to wait a little bit of time for point number 150 in his career. Way out of position was Richards, but that puck doesn't beat him some way, somehow. Some sticks got a piece of it, and it didn't go into the back of the net, so Luciano gives chase here. Getting a piece of his paddle on it is Richards. 10:26 remaining in the second period, as both teams have had a couple good opportunities. In alone right here, shot, high-rising shot, easy goal there. His second of the game for number 23, Ray Buditti. Give him now 17 on the season. That's a team-leading 17. And just when it looked like the Owls may be able to make it 3-1, well, 4-0 URI.
That's a really nice backhand again. Richards a little deep in his net, but when you've got a player coming from the red line like that, just driving the net, you've got to make him make a move, and he made his move and he won.
So 4-0 URI right now, as Mattson has the puck, and they just want to keep the hurting going on. As the Owls were very close on that last shift from their top forward line. Punk with a forearm shiver high, could have been called for elbowing. Graham gets a shot on, fooled the goaltender as he then takes a seat afterwards, but he gets back up to his feet. Picked off there by Thomas, giving chase here is Lombardi. De Silva just wants to get it out of the zone. They're able to finally get some speed going. A 2-on-2 break here as they're able to gain the blue line and some more, eluding a defender there. But the shot on by Moretti doesn't beat Richard. So we're halfway through regulation. 4-0 URI.
You know, I can understand when you're down, you want to lay the big hit, you want to spark some life in, but is the big hit really worth being out of position and giving Rhode Island empty space to take a nice shot and a good opportunity?
As URI continues the onslaught of shots, still going at it, and they say it's still loose, and afterwards Lombardi is going to take his third penalty of the game. That's another power play for URI.
That hit was about 5 seconds too late. He should have hit him a little bit sooner.
As Kumpf then takes a slash to the back of his ankles. So you know what? We thought we were going to have to wait until tomorrow for it to get chippy, but in the middle of the second period, it's already chippy. 9:09 remaining in this second period. Power play for URI. Lombardi's third minor penalty. Hey, Aaron, you said it in the pregame. The Owls need to stay out of the box. They're not doing that, and they are down 4-0.
Special teams are always the keys to games, and right now Temple is desperately losing that department. Richards with a acrobatic save to try to keep the puck out.
He was fishing out of his net, finally gets back into position. Shot misses the net, rims around the boards, kept in there by Berardetti, who already has 2 goals. He's trying to go into the high slot. They're looking for him. He has the puck right now as he was swooping on in. Comes back to the point to Rankin.
So you like to see this from URI. They're moving people. People are constantly moving, making it very difficult for anybody to cover anybody, creating opportunities, creating chances. That's what a power play needs to do.
1:20 remaining to the Lombardi minor. As the Owls trail 4-0, just needs some life.
Beautiful pass.
Outlet pass. You see it yet again. Pasola's shot hits the bar. He was looking for his second of the game. He put URI up 1-0 early. As that puck comes out into neutral ice is where the faceoff will be. 8:16 remaining in the second period.
You know, I wouldn't say Hayden Richards is having the best game we've seen all year, but he is being left out to dry a little bit.
It's certainly not his fault.
A little lackluster behind, in front of him from the D-men, but
another illegal draw. I've never seen this many illegal draws taken. As they drop it before Nacero's even there. I don't know. I'm not really understanding what the linesman's seeing, but the deflection doesn't get through. Devlin looking for Nacero. Nacero, you know, is always going to give chase here as he's going to stay on Matson, just wanting to make sure he establishes a good forecheck and then just wants to come back, knows that URI is on the power play, can't get caught deep, but that's exactly what he does after he chases a little more. So URI is able to gain the line. Matson has the puck. Shot, blocker save there by Richards. Feels some contact afterwards, but no call there. And there's going to be some pushing and shoving, and there's a face wash afterwards.
You know, it's nice to see Temple fired up when the play's over, but where's the fire when, you know, the puck's in play and we got time ticking off? And you can be a big talker, you know, when nothing's going on, but the real talk is on the scoreboard, and right now they're getting killed in that department.
Shot differential 32-13 in favor of URI, and yet again that's telling you the story. Given chase here is Nacero. He takes a slash, no call. The bench is livid, and they are rightfully so livid. Nacero might have been in alone on a breakaway. This should be an icing, but they wave it off. So Owls still short-handed for another 22 seconds. Shot on save by Richards. Rebound, Litistansky is able to get it out into neutral ice. So De Silva with the puck gives on over to his defensive partner Matson, who's going to kick it on forward to Bastien as Devlin just wants to rub him out. And back to even strength, so they're able to kill off that one as Kennedy with the puck. Bastien giving on over to his line mate. Kennedy picks up the puck and reverses it around to Litistansky, who just gets it out of the zone and actually hit Kowash, who now has the puck, so he couldn't get the puck deep. Kowash along the goal line just wanted to shoot it on net. Unable to. Stephen Kennedy rubs out his man there as Kampf just keeps on powering his way forward. And he's going to try and stay with it. Until the puck finally goes into the Owls bench. 6:39 remaining in the second period. And it does seem like the Owls might have some life. Now they're back to even strength. They understand the circumstances. It's not over. The difference between a 4-0 game and a 4-1 game is monumental. If they can go into the break and be down 4-1, it will give them some life.
When you go down by a large margin, the mantra on the bench is usually chip away, you know. You can't score 4 goals at one shot. This isn't a baseball game. You can't hit a grand slam, but you can score 1 goal at a time and work your way back up.
And it's incredible what 1 goal does for the confidence of a team.
Absolutely.
Obviously when one player gets a goal, they feel hot. They feel like they got the hot hand and they want to keep on shooting. But it's incredible that when one teammate of yours gets a goal,
it boosts the whole line. The whole bench jumps up and they say, hey, we're in this. We can get back in this. keep your heads. Puck's on net.
So the faceoff will come to the right of the netminder, Hayden Richards, who stopped 29 of 33 shots so far. 33 shots against, and we're not even halfway, or we're a little over halfway through the second period. That's a high shot margin as it's now Kumpf with the puck. Takes a couple deep shot, hits the end boards. Now shot deep in his crease was Neal. He's rarely deep in his crease, tried to fool him there, but he's able to make the save. Krulikowski gets tripped up there, no call as he's looking to the referee.
Nah, I think they both evened each other out there. That's a good no call.
And then Thomas gets upended, still no call there. And the puck is brought into the Owls' end. Krulikowski.
Temple seems to be bunched up a little too much. The players seem to be on top of each other, and it's hard to, move and make passes to one another when you're standing right next to the guy you're trying to pass to.
So it's Kumpf, who is a forward in this game, originally a defenseman to start the season, who gives on over to Hannerhan. Hannerhan takes a couple whacks, keeps on moving forward, but now he's out of position, has to skate back. Kumpf takes care of his man, and now Hannerhan lays out a big check. A lot of big checks going back and forth, but they're not able to get into the zone. Luciano, and what a save by Hayden Richards!
I think that
saved the goal.
I think that hit the button of his stick, and he's very lucky it did.
Stephen Kennedy trying to power through, moving forward. He's the Energizer Bunny for this Temple Owls team, and then he turns it over, is looking to the point to Dumbach. But again, what a big save there by Richards, keeping it a 4-0.
Game really could have been out of hand.
And Lidistansky now getting upended. That's a big guy to take a check there. And it's going to be a penalty against.
Stay back. You got your power play. Stay back.
He wants to take a shove afterwards because he's not used to that. That's a thundering boom for Aaron Lidistansky. He's a bigger guy, as he's a couple extra words afterwards.
He actually told the guy good hit. I guess, he wanted to give him a little encouragement for a nice hit.
So the puck is going to be dropped in the URI end, and the penalty is going to be assessed to Mike Pasola, who himself is listed, listen to this, 6'3", 228. So Lidistansky is a big boy, but that's a fair matchup. That's a fair matchup. So the referee wants to make sure that that unit that was out there stays out there because they've already had their line change. They've had their chance. So Nacero to sit for just a second until he can get on the ice, and a lackadaisical play by Patrick Hannerhan, rare to see, as Luciano is going to give chase here. Hayden Richards, scary pass in neutral ice. Puck comes back into the Owls' end. They can't even gain the red line. Forget about the opposition blue line. They can't even gain center ice right now as Lombardi has to double back.
High pressure forecheck from this PK of Rhode Island. Rightfully so. Temple can't keep control of the puck. They want to be aggressive, and it's paying off.
And this truly comes down to coaching. I understand that URI right now is playing like the better team. They're playing more disciplined. This comes down to coaching, that they're able to trap Hannerhan like that, turn over the puck. He now snaps his stick as he had to then double over and go off for a line change there. So Powell is going to cut back. Looks for Dumbach. This is some effective passing by the Owls as Thomas is able to gain that blue line for the first time. And it hits the ceiling here at area health Flyer skate zone, but 58 seconds remaining to the power play. Already half of it done, and they finally gain the blue line for the first time. 3:41 remaining in the period. Owls down 4-0.
URI's got the right game plan on this Owl power play. High pressured, attack the person with the puck, and it's paying off because they're turning the puck over and not able to get into the zone. But here we go, some opportunity.
Deflection out in front, and it's saved there by Neal. One of the better opportunities for the Owls so far. They got a man out in front. It was McKenney, point shot by Lombardi, but Neal came to the top of the crease and was able to make the save. So 3:34 remaining in the second period. As Nacero is able to win it back, McKenney takes a seat. Back to the point, Dumbach. Dumbach tees up a shot, hits Nacero out in front. Looking still out in front. They can't get the shot on net as they poke it forward. McKenney, who has ice shavings all over his jersey, is able to win that puck free to Lombardi. Lombardi back to the point for Dumbach. Dumbach Gets it out to Nacero. Nacero's shot doesn't get through. He's trying to poke it home, and it's a power play goal by Dan Nacero. And it gets the Owls on the board. That's all they needed. It's so important. But Dan Nacero gets his second power play goal of the season, and his 7th total on the season, 4-1 game.
A little bit of life there. Looks like a little bit of luck maybe. Nacero with the backhand, no look. Trickles in. Didn't seem like a very hard shot, but finds its way over the line, and we've got life. We've got a game. Hopefully, Temple keeps this up.
3:07 remaining in the second period, so there's still plenty of time if the Owls want to get one more, but URI, they themselves want to get back up to a 4-goal lead, as it's now Vasilev out there. He's with, it's Vasilev is with Powell and Kennedy, so that's back to the original first line, and I think the reason for that is because originally Nacero would be in Vasilev's spot, as that was Richards with the save. So Vasilev's just going to get this one shift as Nacero takes a breather after scoring the goal, the jubilation that comes after scoring a goal. 2:33 remaining in the second period. Owls down 4-1, and Lidistansky gets upended, and then he takes a shot afterwards as well.
They may both go here.
So Lidistansky understands that he's going to sit for 2, and he's skating right there. He took a cross check to the back.
We got coincidentals coming here.
So 2-minute to blue check from behind is all we heard the referee. You and I were right there. The referee just said a check from behind to number 10. So I do think the Owls are going to go in the power play.
They let that one go.
Lidistansky right now is not in the box. Pretty surprised, but hey, Owls scored on their last power play. It's Nate Bastian who's going to sit. 2:24 remaining.
This would be big right here if they could get another one before the intermission.
And it's some of the top guns for the Owls. This is who they need. As finally it's URI going to have an illegal face-off. Pretty rare from their end, as Kennedy can't control that one. That's even more rare than a face-off infraction. As they're going to deem the Owls were offside.
Referee's trying to be a little too involved with this game here. That one hurts. Oh, so close.
And the Temple bench is right on top of it. They don't understand that call. I can even see Kenny Orlando right now, who's acting almost as an assistant coach, shaking his head. As Kennedy with the puck, shot, misses the net. It's Powell having some
dipsy doodle
fancy
there.
Footwork as Kennedy's trying to poke it home. It's still along that goal line. And finally they blow that whistle. 1:36 remaining to the Owls power play. 2 minutes even remaining in the second period as well. Owls down 4-1, but they did score in their last power play, and it just seems like they might have some life.
They smell the hunger. They can smell it.
And another thing to quickly go back on is remember when it was 4-0 and Hayden Richards made a big paddle save, got the knob of his stick on it to save this game from going to 5-0. You might remember that play later on. There's a shorthanded break here. Luciano has Berardini. Berardini using as a screen, but a glove save there by Richards as he comes to the top of the blue paint, makes the glove save.
Good play by Richards and Hanrahan. Hanrahan's skating down. What he wants to do is take away the pass, and he does. Gives Richards a clear lane at the shot, and Richards does what he does and makes the save. Well done.
And Richards is really playing with a ton of confidence. For a guy that's allowed 4 goals, he's not shying away. He's not thinking to himself, oh no, don't come on net again. He comes to that blue paint, he wants to make that save.
As a goalie, they tell you to have a short-term memory, and he seems like he's doing that tonight.
So Nacero, the Owls' lone goal scorer, looking for a centering attempt, had it go tape to tape as McKenney is staying on his man until De Silva finally comes out with that puck, and then it hits the protective awning. That same unit needs to stay on the ice for URI. They can't make a line change. The Owls, if they want to, can make a line change. They will not. They will keep that second power play unit of McKenney, Nacero, Thomas, who did score in the last power play, Fuchs, and Dumbach, the point men. And that 5-man unit was out there for the Owls' last goal. As Nacero does a great job of tying up his man and then keeping it in the zone is now Dumbach. And then
nice
finally
poke.
freed back out into neutral ice. As McKenney's calling for it, going to dump it down deep, goes off for a line change, being replaced by Vasilev, and then the puck comes completely out of the zone, eating up more clock here. 1:02 remaining in the second period. Owls down 4-1, still on the power play for another 33 seconds as doubling back is Dumbach. Dumbach
trying for the home run pass.
He wanted the home run pass to Vasilev, and it's going to come back to bite him, it appears, as Moretti reverses around. Out in front, save there by the netminder Richards, who comes up with his 33rd save of the evening, still in the second period. In your high school hockey days, did you ever have to make 33 saves in 2 periods?
Oh, no. Not to put down this Temple defense, but maybe my defense was a little better in front of me. But
37 shots total for URI, and they're not done, as they still want some more, as they're understand that there's 33 seconds. They ended the last period with 9 seconds left. There was no goals until 9 seconds left in the first period, and that put URI up 1-0 as 2 Owls run into themselves, and now we're back to even strength as URI is able to kill that penalty. They're pushing themselves forward. 17 seconds remaining in the period. Cross ice feed, and what a glove save. Hayden Richards gets post to post there.
Highway robbery. Beautiful glove save there by Hayden Richards. I think even you saw a couple heads throw back on the Rhode Island bench. They know that's a nice save. Give Richards credit, acting like he wants to stay in this game.
14.7 remaining in the second period. Owls down 4-1, and this is dangerous territory because URI scored late last period as they're keeping it in the end. Hanrahan might as well just take an icing. He opts not to. As Vasilev finds Price, 3 seconds remaining. Price just wants to gain the blue line, wasn't able to. And that'll do it for the period. A little bit of pushing and shoving afterwards. But the Owls do have the last goal. It was 4-0, now it's 4-1. That's going to do it for our second period action. And when we come back, it's going to be Patrick Johnstone, the intermission analyst, who will tell you what he saw between the benches.
All right, we're back in here for the second intermission report with Patrick Johnstone again. Pat, we saw a couple more goals in that period.
Yeah,
we saw Temple come back with one at the end there. What else did you see?
You know, Aaron, I saw a pretty sloppy period of play. They were not able to keep the puck in their offensive zone really at all. And they're playing spitefully right now with the penalties that are getting called. They're just keep trying to fight people, it looks like, and that's only going to hurt themselves.
Absolutely.
One thing I do want to point out is Hayden Richards, even though it's down 4-1 right now, they're not in this as close as they are.
No.
Him. He's just stopping a lot of shots, and they can't let him get bombarded like this. Shots are 17-38, which that's funny in itself, but
yeah, Michael and I
would appreciate that.
Michael, look at that. That's funny. Michael and I have been saying the same thing about Hayden Richards. You know, he's keeping him in it. That save there at the end, the bottom of the stick, barely got a piece of it. He kept it away. Owls went down, scored. You know, they gotta. You know, when you're down by a margin like that, I told Michael, you know, it's just chip away. You know, this isn't baseball. You can't hit a 3-run homer. You gotta put one in at a time, and that's all you can do. And you know, what do you think they need to do for the third period?
Well, going into the end of the second period, it looked like they shifted the momentum. So after that goal, they really seemed to play a lot better. So just keep that momentum riding into the third period. Stop taking penalties and just go out and score.
I agree with you. All right, that was Patrick Johnstone with the intermission report. Zamboni's just about finished, and Mike and I will be back for the third period of Temple Owls ice hockey.
And we're back for third and final period action here at Area Health Flyer Skate Zone. First 4 goals to URI. That last one was to the Owls. And it's going to be even strength to start this period. And then don't think that this will be the end for these two teams. Even if one team wins this game in regulation, they play each other tomorrow. That will be an afternoon game, a rare Saturday afternoon game. I believe puck drop is scheduled for around 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Key to the period, stay out of the box. I'm sure that will not happen. I can imagine this is going to get pretty chippy, but my suggestion is stay out of the box if you're Temple. But
so Luciano beat Powell in the faceoff dot, but then the Owls were able to kick it on forward. Kennedy gives chase here, out in front, save there.
So on front.
And Nacero couldn't put that one home. He has the Owls' lone goal. As the Owls understand the situation, they want to press early, get it down to a 2-goal difference. 19:35 remaining, outlet pass here. Richards has to cover up, and he does. 19:31 remaining, and the third period. The faceoff is going to come to the right of the netminder, Hayden Richards. As Litastansky has the puck, finds Kennedy. Kennedy looking for Nacero. Nacero keeps his wheels moving until it's turned over in neutral ice. Now Nacero backhands it forward. Stephen Kennedy still in search of point number 150. Litastansky to Krulikowski. Krulikowski tries to find a seam pass through. It's Neal who had to get rid of that puck as it did get through. It wasn't really a shot as it lay right in front of him. Richards has to make that save, then covers it up, brings it towards his glove, raises the puck.
It would be incredibly odd to not see Kennedy on the score sheet. There's only been one game all season that he hasn't at least found an assist, but
19:02 remaining in the third period. Owls down 4-1, but having a good first minute to this period. Another weird draw. Richards makes the save, and
goes
the
wide.
Second shot goes wide, as you mentioned, Aaron. I don't know. Sometimes you got to be lucky to be good. Hayden Richards has been
absolutely.
just that.
Especially as a goaltender, you'll take luck. As long as the puck stays out of the zone, you don't care if you're good or lucky.
So Hanrahan looking for Vasilev. Vasilev not only can't control it, but it stays in the end. Wiping him out is Price. And then being taken down is Devlin. They missed that call. Hanrahan with the puck gains the blue line. Shot doesn't get through. It hits the Silva out in front. And then wiping out is Patrick Hanrahan. That one's gotta hurt. 18:26 remaining in the second period. As they're now going to get the net back on its moorings here, so it's taking an extra second. As right now, Lombardi and Devlin are both talking to the referee, just not pleased with a couple calls that have been happening, as Devlin wanted to plead his case. He shrugs his shoulders as he goes on over to the bench. Faceoff will be in neutral ice, 18:26 remaining in the third period. Lombardi gets it all the way down deep. Neal slows it down. It's Watkinson now with the puck. Gets it on over to Donahue. Donahue turns it over. Picking it up was Lombardi. Lombardi tries to lay out his man way away from the puck. As Lombardi can't control that one, so it goes into the Owls' end. Hanrahan has to slow it down, uses the boards for support to pass it out. And then that puck is going to be ruled for offside. 18 minutes even remaining in the third period. And another thing to mention about Hayden Richards is right now he has a .900 save percentage in this game. That seemed inconceivable when this game was 4-0, but he has stood on his head to make sure that this game stays pretty close as Hanrahan tries to backhand it out. Lombardi picks up the puck, lays out his man. What a check there. Devin Thomas trying to deke his way through. He's able to dip the shoulder, backhand, high rising shot. That was a really good shot by Thomas. But an even better save by the netminder Neal. Thomas tries to stay with it, falling on top of it and then getting rid of it was the URI Rams defenseman. As Lombardi used his body to keep it in, they deem it's not a hand pass. Touching up with it is Watkinson. 17:20 remaining in the third period. Outlet pass here for Donahue. Donahue, whether he got a piece of it or not, doesn't matter. He was behind his own red line, so it is icing. Same unit needs to stay out there for the URI Rams as the Owls change their unit in. No surprise. Let's get Powell, Kennedy, Nacero out there. That's the top unit.
Yeah, time's running out of this game. We got plenty of time with this period, but still the last period. Get your guys, get your top guys out. Go get a goal.
And while Nacero has a goal, it was on the power play, so he wasn't with either of his line mates as he plays on the second power play unit, and his two line mates play on the first power play unit. Being replaced by Krulikowski is Nacero, so it's Fuchs, the Long Island native, looking for a cross-ice feed. Kennedy can't control that one. He tries to stay with it, unable to. So now it's Watkinson. Nacero loses his stick. Finally, Dumbach picks up the puck, dumps it off for Nacero. Looking to retrieve it is Dumbach behind the net, but he's not able to get there fast enough. It's Powell, shot on, looking for a deflection with Nacero. Couldn't retrieve that one, clearly. So now it's Kennedy trying to backhand one out into the slot. Powell. Not much cooking there for the Owls, and now it's going to be number 12, Ian Turner, picking up the puck. Pad save there. And another good save there off the rebound, covering up is Richards as he then takes a stick to the helmet, but he makes the save.
Good two saves there in succession for Richards. Shot. He goes down, he slides over, makes another save. That's exactly what you like to see. Not have to worry about your goalie.
He has been really impressive, and he is certainly not the reason why the Owls are down. As another shot there, save as he's able to hug the post there, was the netminder in Richards. Ledistansky along the far board side just wants to get it out, but Betzger was in his way. So Krulikowski used the far boards to try and pass it out of the zone. And then it comes back into the Owls' end. 15:50 remaining in the third period. Ledistansky reverses around for Krulikowski. Krulikowski to Betzger. Betzger looking for McKenney, but it's Van Allen who picks it up. Betzger staying with it. He's able to gain the blue line, then takes a heavy hit afterwards. That's Demore. Wow, what a hit by Demore. So now McKenney's going to rub his man out. Shot on by Van Allen. Giving chases Betzger here at the far board side. URI is able to get it back out into neutral ice using the near boards. And now it's a change by both teams as Krulikowski wanted to just pick up some speed, gain that blue line. He's along the goal line, then turns over the puck. Couldn't get the shot off. 15:10 remaining in the third period. Van Allen, who's been on for quite some time, backhands it to Lombardi, and he's going to go off for a line change as Price comes on for him. Lombardi over to Price. Price can't control that one. Shot saved there by the goalie as Devlin then can't put that one home. And the net comes off its moorings. So we're going to get a stoppage in play. 14:55 remaining in this very eventful third period.
Absolutely. It's picked up speed, intensity a little bit. Nice to see the Owls woke up there in the locker room, coming out strong.
And we've mentioned it even before that the Owls like to come back in the third period, but they could do themselves a little bit of service if they just give themselves some early lead. Shot on by Vasilev, saved there by Neal.
It's exciting to watch a comeback, but you can't come back every night, and you'd like to win some games right out a few times.
And they've struggled to do that. Shot saved there by Richards, is able to swallow that one up, and a shot afterwards as Devlin wanted to make sure that Pasola knew he was there as he took a shot to the back of the head. Don't think it'll result in any loss of manpower. 14:36 remaining in the third period. Faceoff is going to come to the right of Richards. As Powell was able to win it forward, but Nacero can't keep up with it and give another save to Hayden Richards. On the scoreboard, and I've been following a little more closely as Rhode Island continues to take more shots. They've had at least 4 or 5 shots in succession that didn't count, so depending on what the official stat sheet is, Richards might even be up to 42, 43 saves. Right now on the scoreboard, they've awarded him with 39 saves, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little higher than that, as it is hard to manage the scoreboard at times just when there's that many shots. As Hanrahan has the puck, the captain tries to get it out to Kennedy. He would have had a 2-on-1 break with Nacero. Instead, it's an odd man rush the other way, but a bad centering attempt. Kennedy can't convert as his defenseman was falling down. He would have likely had a breakaway or yet again an odd man rush. And they're going to say just the last second Powell didn't touch up. So 14:03 remaining in this third period that the Owls trail by 3.
There you go again, though. Granted, it was Stephen Kennedy this time, so we can give him a little bit of a break, but he loses the puck in the zone, in transition, and that kills it. That kills your momentum. That kills the rush. And that's you gotta keep your stick on the puck. You gotta keep control.
So Fuchs finds it on over to Powell. Powell looking for Nacero, so he's going to dump it down deep, and it's actually Kennedy who's now going to pick up the backhands it on over to Nacero. Nacero just trying to find space behind the net, and then the net comes off its moorings.
I think that's coming outside the zone, too.
I actually don't even think it's coming outside. I think it's coming back into the Owls' end the way the referee pointed. I thought he pointed as far as he could, but it might just come out into neutral ice as you originally had thought, yes. Sometimes when those plays are intentional, they make sure that the team that did a play like that pays for it, and it comes all the way into their end as if it was a penalty. Just no loss of manpower. In the end, it was a neutral zone draw. So Dumbach with the puck. Wanted to pick up some speed, was unable to.
This Rhode Island team, though, give them credit. They skate well, they pass well.
And they're pretty disciplined for a chippy game.
Yes.
They haven't taken a ton of penalties compared to the Owls, who most certainly have taken their fair share of penalties. As Kumpf wants to get it free to Dumbach, unable to, so it comes into the Owls' end. Richards is just going to touch up, slow down the play. Fuchs gets his pocket pick, so the puck's going to stay in the zone for an extra second longer, and it's actually now going to stay a little longer as they set up. Shot there, saved by Richards. But they can't get it out of the zone. Another shot and another save by Hayden Richards is finally on the scoreboard. They've awarded him with 40 saves.
I will give Temple defense a tiny bit of credit here. They're keeping at least the shots are coming from outside.
They're clamping down.
The shots are coming from outside, which is exactly what you want if you're a goalie. You like seeing those long shots. It gives you more time to see the puck set up properly. Make sure you're in the right place. Here we go, a little breakaway.
Van Allen's in alone on a breakaway. It's going to be a slash. It may even be a penalty shot depending on what they call. They're just going to call a slash. Owls to the power play. And that's a fourth-line grinder in Nick Van Allen. And McKenney is just giving him a hug afterwards, appreciating that effort, even gives him a tap on the head afterwards. Because the first-year man, Van Allen, had a good chance there. And just by him keeping the motor running, forces the Owls to go back on the power play. So straight away right now, Hanrahan deflection out in front. Lombardi does tip it, but Neal makes the save. And the puck comes out into the Owls' end. First one to touch up is Stephen Kennedy. And he gets his pocket picked by Luciano. Save there by Richards.
Rare turnover from Stephen Kennedy.
So Kennedy's going to slow it down a bit. Finds Powell. Powell's able to gain the red line and keeps the line, but then turns it over in the URI end, and then it's turned back over. A big clear here by URI. 12:07 remaining in the third period. Only a minute 20 remaining to the Owls power play, and yet again, Luciano first one to touch up there. And he's content just dropping back, making sure that they eat up more clock, and that's exactly what they'll do as they clear it all the way into the Owls end, where Lombardi has the puck right now, 11:50 remaining in this third period. Hanrahan trying to get a little too fine there. Powell picks it up, is at the left face-off dot, dips the shoulder, gets hugged by a man. Powell, none too pleased, takes an extra shot afterwards.
Oh.
And then the centering attempt unsuccessful, a broken stick behind the play. It was the URI defender, Demore. So Kennedy has it at the blue line, gonna work it behind the cage. Nacero's gonna touch up with it. Along the goal line looking for a centering attempt. Lombardi didn't have a stick on the ice. As right now, without a stick, is the goaltender Neal. So the Owls know they just need to get shots on net. It's taken an extra second or two, and he finally gets that stick. And that's a big clear there by URI. 17 seconds remaining.
Stephen Kennedy not happy with himself there for that pass.
So 8 seconds remaining to the Owls power play. They do have one power play goal. Had a couple more chances, weren't able to convert on this one, as it's another big clear here by URI. Back to even strength. Richards has to play quickly. Kind of bobbles the pass a little bit as the puck was jumping on him. It's Donahue with the puck. Lombardi intercepts that one, but it comes back to Bastini. Until Devin Thomas is going to try and gallop his way into the line. He does, looking for Nacero. Nacero's stick wasn't on the ice, so yet again, that pass goes awry. Kicking it forward is Donahue. First one to touch up here is McKenney. 10:14 remaining in a pretty fast third period as Dunbuck takes a shot afterwards. Nacero, who's had a very long shift, backhands it on over to McKenney. McKenney back to Nacero. Nacero's likely going to dump it down deep. He does, and it hits that protective awning. And the puck will be dropped at center ice. 10:01 remaining in the third period. Owls down 4-1.
Rhode Island looking like they're closing the door here, slowly creaking it closed, but playing shutdown D, playing good, smart, conservative hockey at the end of this game.
And while we still have just under 10 minutes remaining as that shot misses the net wide, a little surprised to see Temple's not overcommitting, and they haven't been committing penalties in this third period. I think the message was sent. It might have been sent a little too late, as it's Devlin with the puck now. Staying with it. Passes along the near board side. Gives it on back to Fuchs. Fuchs gets a shot through. A mouth guard comes free. And I think they say that net came off its moorings and the puck's going to come out of the zone. But it appears as everyone's staying in the zone. So yep, faceoff's got to stay in the zone. My apologies there. And they're going to say that's a late change, so that same Owls unit needs to stay out there. We've seen a ton of that tonight from the refs, linesmen and refs both.
Sometimes refs like to be a big part of the game, and tonight they've certainly played their part.
As Fuchs keeps it in, takes care of his man afterwards. Fuchs isn't an overly physical player. He's a good, sound defensive hockey player, so he just wanted to get his stick free because the stick was being held. As finally the puck is freed out. 9:06 remaining in the third period, and chasing in hard right now is Turner. Turner and Krulikowski in a foot race. Krulikowski touches up with it. So he has the puck right now. 8:55 remaining in this third period. As now it's Vasilev who's really struggling as of late. They're going to call offside. We're right on top of it. That's as close as it gets. I think they would have needed a magnifying glass to see if that one was offside or not. Nonetheless, it's offside, but Aaron, that's as close as it gets.
I've said my piece on the referees tonight. I think I'm going to keep my mouth shut on this one.
Understood. Powell punches it forward. As Pasola, number 9, picks up the puck now. It's turned over and neutralized. Nacero picks it up, gets his puck picked, and that's been happening a ton. Once the Owls get the puck at the blue line, it's been URI clamping down on them.
Yeah, shutdown. They're playing nice conservative shutdown defense right in their own zone, making it very difficult for Temple to gain the zone. And when they do, just dumping it all the way down. But that's the note on Temple. You know, you attack them when they're trying to break out. They have a difficult time controlling the puck. They have a difficult time making good passes. You know, you high pressure them on the forecheck. You make it more difficult. And
if you think about the one goal they allowed was URI. Nacero, it was a fluky goal, you know, and they count all the same on the scoreboard, but it was a fluky goal.
Absolutely.
As the puck just pinballed out in front, Nacero just got a stick on it, and I don't think the netminder Neal could close his legs just fast enough, so it went through that 5-hole. And that currently is the most recent goal. As Kennedy, Powell, and Nacero, all three of them are having to talk with the linesman. It's been a lot of conversation, and these are things that, you know, you want the game to be played evenly and fairly, but sometimes you just let things go. Stephen Kennedy doesn't want to let this point streak go. Stephen Kennedy gives it over to Nacero. Big save there by Neal. Very impressive save there by Neal as he was able to challenge.
The only problem with that is I think the whole arena knew that pass was coming, and goaltender was ready for it.
So is spit free where Pasola can just backhand it out. Luciano along the goal line wanted to look for a teammate out in front, unsuccessful, but Luciano's going to keep this forecheck going as they keep it in that end. It's Luciano along the goal line looking for a teammate, is able to find him this time, but still no shot on. And finally, Richards is able to cover up. 7:25 remaining in the third period.
You know, it's funny. This Temple team loves laying out the big hits. The only problem is, from what I see, they don't lay out the hits at the right time. You know, if you've got a man, Rhode Island man in the slot who's got the puck and he's winding up to take a shot, that's when you lay the big hit. That's when you take him out. Take him out of the play. Don't let the shot happen. You know, instead they're not tying him up. And
well,
yeah, there you go.
Tying him up right there. That's number 14 with the goal, Evan Rankin.
Right on cue.
And that's most likely all she wrote, as it's now back up to a 4-goal lead for URI. All that's really left here is the end of regulation, and then these two teams will square off tomorrow afternoon, and we hope you tune in for that one, as it should be a great game between these Division I foes. So 7:18 remaining in the third period. The life has been sucked out, and we're used to it being a much louder crowd here, but when they're down 5-1, it's hard to get behind this team.
Around goal scored, number 14, Evans.
It's now Rankin with the puck right now. Lombardi now at center ice, trying to punch it on forward. But yet again, standing up at the blue line was Matson, the defenseman for URI. It's very hard to gain that blue line as Kumpf.
You know, 50% of the time they're trying to make a pass and the pass gets intercepted, and the other 50% they can't catch the pass that's thrown at them.
So it's Hannerham behind the net, was able to get it out in front. Kumpf lays a big check out, and now braces himself for another hit. So hey, give him 2 big checks on that shift, and now afterwards there's some pushing and shoving away from the puck. As it's Thomas, his stick is being held.
No call.
So 6:12 remaining as this puck goes all the way down for icing. And the linesman was right in front of the URI bench trying to track down all the numbers who should stay on. 6:09 remaining. Owls down 5-1. As McKenney and Rankin share a few words. Don't know if it's friendly banter or if they're sending a message for next game. Knowing Justin McKenney, it's likely sending a message for next game. So we're going to get a timeout now. By URI, because they've had a tired unit out there. They want to make sure they keep this game 5-1. So as we have a timeout, we can break down this game a little more. 6:09 remaining. It's all but inevitable that URI will win this game. The first of a 2-game series between these two teams that will be both played in Philadelphia. What did you see in this game, Aaron?
It's been kind of disappointing, I would say, from the Temple standpoint. Rhode Island absolutely came out all cylinders firing. You can clearly see that they're a well-coached team. They respect their coach. They listen to everything he says, which is understandable for someone who's been doing it for 27 seasons. They pass well. They skate well. They create good opportunities. They're playing really sound defense. Goaltender hasn't had terribly much to do tonight, but he's played well. From the Temple side, Richards get no help. I mean, he's got 42 saves, but he still gave up 5 goals. You know, it's hard. It's hard as the goalie. Kennedy I didn't think had a good game. It was chippy.
I think the biggest thing you mentioned, and it's so true, is that this is a well-coached URI team. Dumbach has the puck, shot on, save, rebound out in front. They try and poke it in. It's now behind the net. 5:53 remaining.
I think you can clearly see the difference in the styles and the way Rhode Island plays the game compared to how Temple plays the game.
The beauty of hockey, though, is that I think both of these teams, player-wise, are pretty even. I don't know if URI is necessarily so much more athletic,
No,
bigger, but you can just see the way their system's played. It's discipline. It's
Absolutely.
They understand when a guy is coming toward them how to cancel them out. They get these stretch passes you saw right there where Fuchs canceled them out, but otherwise it would have been a breakaway.
You know, my old coach would love, as we've got a...
He was checking in hard. He was trying to get that puck away from Richards. It's number 26, Chris Porter. He's an assistant captain for this team as he took a spill. And that's actually something about this team that's so good, really, is that they don't give up. It's 5:22 remaining. They're up 4 goals. They have a game tomorrow here, so you know that they need to rest at a hotel in Philadelphia. But they don't want to give up until that final whistle is blown. They're not giving up. What would your former coach say, Aaron?
Yeah, my old coach, he would love a shout out if he was listening to this right now. But, one thing, we had a new program when we started. He came in and took a bunch of kids that some of them had never even played hockey before. He taught them how to play. And he said, look, if you follow my recipe, if you follow my systems, if you do everything to the T, you will win games. And that's what happened. We went out. We were never the best team. We were never the biggest team. And we were never the fastest team. But we found a way to win games because we followed the system to a T. If you've got the game plan and you stick to it and you know how to play it well, then you will win games, even though you might not be the best team every night.
As Kennedy dances his way in, still searching for that point in this game, and then gets canceled out right there. As it's now Turner getting the shot, blocker save there by Richards. Puck is behind the net. It's on the net, actually. 4:34 remaining in the third period. Litistansky reverses around, and not a lot of movement from this Temple defense right now, as they understand that they're going to lose this game. They just want to get out of here and think about tomorrow, get their revenge then. As there's 4:20 remaining, shot on, saved by Richards. He's going to clear it away. Lombardi's going to be the first one to touch up. Finds a teammate, being Kennedy, goes cross-ice. Litistansky's there. But he turns it over in neutral ice, and that's been a big thing, as now Kennedy picks that puck up, takes an extra shot afterwards, and then a slash afterwards, and a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, well, you can see the difference in facial expressions. You've got a couple of smiles and smirks from the Rhode Island side, and a couple of angry mugs on the Temple side here.
And even Joey Powell got a little physical with the linesman. I don't know if the linesman was tugging at him and he said, let me go free, or if he put his hands on the linesman.
We've got 4-on-4 coming up here.
So it's 4-on-4 hockey with 4:02 remaining. And you know what? It's a frustrating game, but I think at that point, Stephen Kennedy made the right move. This is not the time to take it's never a time to take a cross-check to the head. So that's putting insult to injury. Stephen Kennedy had no issue just falling down. He tripped up, and he wasn't going to take the penalty. But if you're going to slash him in the head, he rightfully so is going to fire back. It's been a frustrating evening for him, and I think he'll do his talking with his goal scoring tomorrow. But Powell wants to get this game a little closer as he gets a high-rising shot saved there by Neal, and then the puck goes out of play. 3:40 remaining in the third period. So an interesting unit here for the Owls. Good defensemen in Hanrahan and Lombardi, but it's Devlin and McKenney who just bring some grit and firepower to these forwards. And McKenney loves to skate the 200-foot game. He prides himself in his 200-foot game. And he can't wait for this puck to be dropped because he's like the Tasmanian devil. He's just everywhere. As the puck hit him in front, he tried to poke away at it. Now it's Baraducci with the puck right now. Devlin is going to sky it out, doesn't get it out of the zone. So Luciano with the puck. Lombardi tries to backhand it out of the zone. Still 4-on-4 for another minute 15. Luciano reverses around, finds De Silva. Now McKenney finds a lane, backhands it on over to Devlin, a little bit behind him. Just some miscommunication there by the Temple Owls. Hanrahan gains the red line and then loses his stick. And it's a hand pass there by Hanrahan.
Good call. Pretty obvious there. Pat trying to get away with one there, but a vocal Rhode Island bench informed the referees of his misdoing, and we've got a face-off in the Owl zone.
So 2:57 remaining in the third period. Dumbach couldn't punch that one forward. Staying with it is Rankin. Rankin dips the shoulder, tries to stuff it in. Hugging the post was Richards. Graham with the puck. Miscommunication yet again there as both Dumbach and Price couldn't find it. So Dumbach has to go back in his own end, behind his goal line. Then a soft pass to Price. Price reverses around. Dumbach picks up the puck. Graham can't touch up with that one. He gets tripped up momentarily. No icing there. As it's there more. Giving on over to Rankin. Rankin's able to gain the red line, passes on over. Shots, glove save there as he snags it out of midair by Hayden Richards. 2:11 remaining in the third period.
And 9 seconds left of this 4-on-4.
Was able to win the draw. A lot of O-zone draw wins for this URI team as they pick up another O-zone draw. Back to even strength 5-on-5 hockey. Centering attempt goes awry. Joey Powell picks up the puck, curls back, looks for Kennedy. Kennedy can't control that one. He's trying to punch it forward, unable to. As yet again, URI is able to gain the blue line. Centering attempt doesn't get on net. Kennedy's alone by himself trying to deal with a lot of pressure from Donahue. He was able to get that puck free from Donahue and then gets canceled out there. As he has an extra shot after it now. And now some pushing and shoving. And yet again, Kennedy in the middle of it. As Jason Lombardi's going to the box, and he told the referee, he said, "What did I do?" And he just said he wants him off the ice. So he's getting a 10-minute misconduct. That'll do it for his evening. Only 1:29 remaining. I can only imagine there's some lip service that got that to happen. So it won't result in any loss of manpower. At least Lombardi going off. Don't know if anything else will be called.
We do have a player here in the URI bench. Penalty box, excuse me. We had a 2-10, obviously on the Temple side. And I think we got a 2-minute on the URI side, resulting in I believe a 4-on-4 to maybe end this game.
Well, you can't say to end this game for sure. 1:29 remaining. And you saw how physical it got. As the linesman's getting some lip service, deservedly so from this Temple bench, because the linesman was trying to look for a puck, and the puck was just right there, so Temple bench said, "Hey, can you look for one? If you just look down, maybe you'll see one." So we're just getting the penalties up on each side. 4-on-4 hockey to ensue for the next minute 29, and it's number 10, Nate Bastian, and Jason Lombardi off for 2, and as well as he got a 10, as we had already mentioned. Really just bookkeeping stuff at this point, because URI is going to end up victorious tonight.
Which is a nuisance, especially at the end of the game where you're getting killed and it's been chippy, and the longer you get the players to wait out here, the more that chippiness continues. And
as Matson hits the puck out of play. So 1:16 remaining in the third period. It's Devin Thomas, Joey Powell, Patrick Hannerhan, and Ryan Dumbach out there for Temple right now. .108 remaining in the game. Powell's just going to
1 minute remaining in the third
pick
period.
up the puck. It's canceled out by Matson. Centering attempts can't be put home by Devin Thomas. He was right out in front, just couldn't corral it quite to the forehand.
Beautiful pass.
Turner now with the puck, tries to curl back, unsuccessful. Save there by Richards, and Dumbach takes care of him. Slowly skating to the puck. Shot, save there, yet again by Richards. 35 seconds remaining, and Powell just wants to get this puck free. So Hanrahan has the puck. And then the puck goes out of play. And Patrick Hanrahan throws his hands up in the air because he just wants this game to end. He doesn't know why the puck is being thrown out of play.
I think we have another URI penalty here too for, I believe it was a hook on Patrick Hanrahan, which at this point means nothing, but
they call it nonetheless. So 4-on-3 hockey to ensue, as it will be number 19 to sit, James Blute, the 6'2 junior from Massachusetts. Face-off win here by the Owls, gives on over Lidistansky. Lidistansky can't control that one, so it's worked behind the net. Devlin trying to find Fuchs at the point. The linesman interferes with that one. 7 seconds remaining. Lidistansky may just sit on it, as he's going to curl back. Takes one last shot on. Getting a piece of it is Neal, the URI netminder. And the whistle blows as URI comes away victorious as they win 5-1. And that pretty much tells you the story. Dominated the entirety of the game by URI as they win 5-1. What'd you see, Aaron?
well, as I said before, brutal afternoon for the Temple team. They got to come out tomorrow. A little bit more excitement, a little bit more, we need to win this game. Rhode Island just got to do the exact same thing they did. They played well. Very impressive. From Temple, find a way to create more shots, stay out of the penalty box as always. I wouldn't be shocked if we see a goalie change tomorrow, even though Richards played right, but usually on a back-to-back. I'm sure we'll see two different goalies on both ends. Yeah.
That was the kind of game it was.
That's the kind of game, absolutely.
From a Temple Owls standpoint, not a lot going on positive. But you know what? They get to play the same team tomorrow. Score starts at 0-0.
I do think the referees were a little bit too involved today, but, that's a story for another day.
Well, that's going to do it for our broadcast. Thank you for tuning in. And when you hear us next, it'll be tomorrow. Same two teams. Only difference is URI won the first battle. Can the Owls win the second? We will see tomorrow.